$1,800 a month. That's the average Social Security check. In Valencia, Spain, the most searched retirement city in Europe right now, it is almost exactly enough to live on. Almost. That word is doing a lot of work in this video. Because here is the honest story. The cost of living in Valencia is real. The math mostly works. But there is a legal gap between what it costs to live there and what Spain requires you to prove before they let you stay. That gap is about $800 a month, and nobody on the tourism boards is going to tell you that. So this video is going to do two things: show you what Dave's actual life looks like in Valencia on his $1,800 a month, and tell you the truth about the paperwork that makes it legal. Both things are true. Neither one cancels the other out. Meet Dave, 64, retired electrician from Columbus, Ohio. $1,800 a month in Social Security, $60,000 in savings, divorced, 2 adult kids in different states who he sees at Thanksgiving if the flights work out. Columbus rent, $1,100 a month for a 2-bedroom he rattle around in alone. What Dave wants is not complicated. He wants to stop being cold. He wants a beer that costs less than a small investment. He wants his Tuesday to have no agenda. He is skeptical. He has been burned by travel content before. But he is curious enough to do the math. Valencia is Spain's 3rd largest city. 830,000 people on the Mediterranean coast. 300 days of sunshine a year. Average daytime temperature around 70 degrees. It was named European Green Capital in 2024. Before 2018, most Americans had never heard of it. Now it is the #1 searched retirement destination in Spain. Here is what Dave's money actually buys. Rent first, because rent is everything. In Rizafa, the expat neighborhood, bohemian, walkable, full of coffee shops, a 1-bedroom runs 1,100 to 1,600 euros a month. Renovated stock starts at 1,400. That is Dave's entire check, gone before groceries. But Dave does not have to live in Rizafa. El Cabanal, the old fishing neighborhood by the beach, still gentrifying, runs 750 to 1,100 a month. Patraix or Benimaclet, the quieter residential barrios where actual Valencians live, come in at 550 to 900. Dave picks Benimaclet, 900 euros, about $980 US. He has $820 left. Groceries at Mercadona, Spain's version of a no-nonsense supermarket, run 125 to 175 euros a month for one person. That is the OCU consumer study from July 2025. Dave is not a complicated eater. Call it 150 euros. $163. Utilities, electricity, gas, water, internet for a standard apartment, 145 to 220 a month. In summer, air conditioning pushes that toward the top of the range. Spanish homes are not well insulated. Dave budgets 170 euros. Call it $185. Transport. Valencia has 100 kilometers of bike paths and a transit system that covers the whole city. The monthly pass runs 35 euros, subsidized to 1750 through late 2025, likely continuing. Dave buys a used bike for 200 euros in month 1 and mostly rides. Call transport 30 euros a month. Health insurance. This one matters. Medicare does not work outside the United States. Dave needs private Spanish health insurance, and for the visa, it has to be a specific kind. No copays, no waiting periods. For a 64-year-old, that runs 150 to 350 euros a month. Dave finds a mid-range Adidas plan at 200 euros, $218. Total, around $1,521 a month. Dave clears $1,800. He has $279 left over every month. That is not wealth, but it is not poverty either. It is a life that works, in a city where Columbus could not offer him anything close. Now forget the spreadsheet for a minute. Here is what Dave's Tuesday actually looks like. He wakes up at 7:30. No alarm. The light through the shutters is already warm. He walks 4 minutes to the corner bar. Café con leche, €1.30. A small pastry. He sits outside. It is December. He is in a t-shirt. By 10:30, the almuerzo kicks in. This is a Valencian institution Dave did not know existed. Mid-morning, locals stop at a bar for a bocadillo, a hearty sandwich, a drink, and a coffee. €6 to €8. It is both a meal and a social event. Dave orders by pointing. The bartender does not mind. This happens every day for 3 weeks before Dave realizes he has been ordering the same sandwich. He does not change it. Lunch is the main event. The menu del dia is the greatest invention in the history of affordable eating. 3 courses, bread, a drink, wine or beer, your choice, included, coffee after. In Benimaclet, Dave finds a place that does it for €12. Starter, main, dessert, half a bottle of house wine. He eats better than he ever did in Columbus. He eats slower too. At 2 o'clock, the city slows down. Shops close. The streets empty. Dave, who spent 40 years wiring buildings on a schedule, finds this deeply confusing for the first 2 weeks. Then he finds it deeply correct. He takes a nap. He has not napped since 1987. Wednesday morning, Dave goes to the Mercado Central. He has been putting it off because it seemed like a tourist thing. It is not a tourist thing. It is a 100-year-old iron and glass building covering 8,000 square meters with 400 stalls. It opened in 1928. It smells like the sea and citrus and something frying somewhere. He arrives at 9. The fishmonger is already sold out of the good clams. He buys blood oranges, a kilo for €1.20. He buys a piece of jamón ibérico because the vendor hands him a slice to try and he cannot say no. He buys bomba rice because he has decided he is going to learn to make paella. He will not make paella for 3 more months. The rice sits in his cabinet like a promise. About that paella, the version Dave knows, shrimp, mussels, yellow rice, is not Valencian paella. Authentic paella valenciana is chicken, rabbit, garrofón beans, green beans, cooked over a wood fire. Locals eat it Sunday lunch, often by the sea. Ordering seafood paella at a restaurant on Plaza de la Reina is, according to every Valencian Dave will eventually meet, a mild cultural offense. He orders it anyway, twice. Thursday afternoon, Dave discovers horchata, a creamy, cold, slightly sweet drink made from tiger nuts grown in Alboraya, a suburb just north of the city. Tiger nuts have been cultivated here since the 8th century, brought by the Moors. Dave does not know any of this. He just knows it costs €3.50 at Horchateria Santa Catalina and comes with a long fluffy bun called a fartón for dipping. He orders 2. Friday morning, Dave walks the Torilla Gardens. 9 kilometers of park carved from a former riverbed after a catastrophic flood in 1957 diverted the river away from the city. Free. Car-free. It runs through the entire city like a green spine. Dave walks for 2 hours. He sees people doing yoga, kids on bikes, old men playing chess. He sits on a bench in the sun and reads for 40 minutes. He cannot remember the last time he did that in Columbus. The social life comes slower than the food. Dave's Spanish is non-existent. The waiter at his regular lunch spot switches to English the second Dave opens his mouth, which is both helpful and slightly humiliating. But by week 3, there is a retired Spanish engineer named Paco at the corner bar who speaks some English and is curious about American football. They have a standing argument every Tuesday about whether American football is a real sport. Dave is losing. Saturday evening, the Paseo. The whole city walks at dusk. Families, couples, old people, teenagers, everyone out on the streets between 7 and 9, not going anywhere in particular, just moving through the warm air together. Dave joins without meaning to. He is walking back from the market and suddenly he is part of it. Nobody is in a hurry. Nobody is looking at a phone. He walks for an hour. He goes home and eats dinner at 10 o'clock like a Valencian. Now the honest part. Because this video has honest in the title, and that word has to be earned, Valencia is not paradise. Let's start with August. July and August in Valencia regularly hit 90 degrees with high humidity. Spanish apartments are notoriously poorly insulated. Air conditioning is not optional. It adds $50 to $100 a month to Dave's electricity bill. He will spend 2 months sweating and questioning his choices. The rental market is tightening. Rents in Ruzafa and expat neighborhoods rose 12 to 15% in 2024 alone. Citywide, up 6% year over year. A local Valencian on the Numbio forum put it plainly. Valencia attracts more and more people each year. The housing market is not ready for it. Dave's €900 apartment in Benimaclet is real. It may not be real in 2 years. The language. Dave's Spanish is 0. Menus are manageable. Most have pictures now. But the bank, the gestoria, the doctor's office, the utility company, these require either a translator, a lot of patience, or both. Language fatigue is real. It is not a deal breaker, but it is a daily friction that nobody mentions in the listicles. And his daughter is in Denver. His sons are in different states. That is an 8-hour flight and a 9-hour time difference. Video calls work. They are not the same as Sunday dinner. That part does not go away. No spreadsheet measures it. Now the visa. One honest scene, because you deserve the truth, and then you deserve to move on. The non-lucrative visa is the legal route for a retired American in Spain. It requires proving passive income of roughly $2,600 a month, about $32,000 a year. Dave's $1,800 falls $800 short. This is the gap. It is real. Here is how people bridge it. Dave has $60,000 in savings. Some consulates, not all, check with an immigration lawyer before assuming. Accept a lump sum savings equivalent as a substitute for monthly income. At the required annual threshold of roughly $29,000, his savings cover about 2 years. That is enough time to establish residency and reassess. The visa fee itself is modest, $153 in government fees. The paperwork is not modest. Budget for a gestoria, an administrative agent, at 50 to 150 euros per service. And yes, Dave still files U.S. federal taxes every year from abroad. That never goes away. A cross-border accountant runs $500 to $1,500 a year. He pays it once, stops worrying about it, and eats lunch. Here is the verdict. Dave's actual cost of living in Benimaclet runs about $1,520 a month. His income is $1,800. The math works. He has $279 left over every month. But the visa requires proving $2,600 a month. His savings bridge that gap for roughly 2 years. After that, he reassesses. That is the honest answer to the title question. The blunt take. Valencia is not a tourism board fantasy. It is a real city where a 64-year-old electrician from Columbus can eat better, sleep better, and spend less than he does at home. The visa gap is real too, but it is a solvable problem, not a closed door. Dave's $60,000 in savings exists precisely for this kind of bridge. Dave is fictional. The Mercado Central, the Menu del Dia, the price of blood oranges, the $800 visa gap, those are real. And somewhere right now, a real Dave is sitting in Columbus in January, doing this same math, wondering if the paperwork is worth it. The paperwork is annoying. The Tuesday with no agenda is worth it. What about you? Are you a Dave? A Linda? A Robert? Tell me below. your age, your monthly income, the city on your mind. I read every comment, and they shape which city I dig into next. If you are sitting on a number and wondering whether it works somewhere in Spain, put it in the comments. Someone else is wondering the same thing. If this video was useful, subscribe. Not because I asked nicely, because the next one goes deeper into a city that keeps coming up in the comments, and you will want to see the numbers before you make any decisions. See you there. Day 365 in Valencia. Dave has learned 12 words of Spanish. He uses 4 of them regularly. He knows which stall at the Mercado Central has the best anchovies. He knows the bartender's name at the corner bar. He knows that dinner at 10 o'clock is not strange. It is just how time works when you are not in a hurry anymore. The visa paperwork took 4 months and 2 trips to the consulate. He does not think about it anymore. He thinks about whether to walk the Turia or take the bike. This is the problem Valencia gave him. He is fine with it. $1,800 a month, almost exactly enough. The almost turned out to be a paperwork problem, not a life problem. The life was never in question.